This morning I've been reworking Dancing Man's stand. This is the old stand I had for him. It was basically a piece of oak for a base, a stair rail for a tower, drilled a hole through it and put a pin in there so that this would bounce up and down when I worked this little pedal. That worked pretty good, except that it was pretty flimsy. Zachary came up to see me one day and telling me how much he loved me, wagging his tail. His tail hit this thing, bent it all up. I thought, well, I need something sturdier than that, and I also wanted something that was kind of portable. So I made up this deal, and this is all made out of oak and maple. And the way this one works is I can take it all apart. That way I can transport it. I'm thinking I've got an old-fashioned suitcase I can put it in so I can take it on the road. This piece that came with a coat hanger rack that I got for free, this piece of oak right here is curved on the bottom and drilled so that I can slip it in and out of that other piece of oak. And there's a piece of maple there that I've set up with a hinge so it acts kind of like a foot pedal on a car. And I can put this all together, drop this in here like this. This won't wobble from side to side because it fits right in the little groove. Dancing Man goes up in a little crack in the piece of wood right here, and by bending and adjusting his wire, I can adjust, where his feet land in accordance with the rest of the contraption here. And the way it works is that when I play my banjo, I can take my big toe, put it right down here on the foot pedal, and make him dance. At least that's what we're shooting for. This piece here is a piece of cedar that's easily replaceable. If it's not wide enough, I can put a wider one on there. I got one little screw that holds it in place so that if it gets broken or bent or damaged, I can pop it off and pop another one on there. Getting a Dancing Man adjusted just right, which will involve kind of just playing with his wire. The way his wire works here on the back, if I see if I can sit you guys so you can see what I'm doing. If I set him right where I want him and bend this little notch up, then that should keep him from coming down too low. Oops, it's going sideways now. I'm sure I'll have some bugs to work out of it. Yep, he's going sideways. So I'll probably have to figure out a way to keep that from happening. Actually, what I did was I put his little round wire in here and put a couple push pins in it where it wouldn't move. And this all is still a good bit wobbly. I'm thinking maybe if I stabilize this piece, maybe if I put a like a cross brace that I could stick up here and push a couple dowel pins through to kind of brace this part where it wouldn't wobble around. Then instead of having this whole thing wobble, if this was kind of solid, then the only part moving would be this part. And I can even wedge a little piece of wood in the side of this where that won't have as much room to woggle about, because it'll still woggle about a little bit. If I cut a little slender piece of maple and slid it right in there, it might just about do the trick. Alright, I made another change to Dancing Man's little platform here. You can see I got my little foot pedal here. And I had these old radio control car springs that somebody was going to throw away one time that I saved. And I attached them to the bottom of this and the top of this. That did two things. That stabilized this piece a little bit, but it also allows this thing to return a lot quicker. What used to happen is you'd hit it and it'd kind of bounce. You didn't have as much control. And if you have control over this, it can become a percussion instrument. For example, just say you're playing Angeline the Baker. Angeline the Baker. See what I mean is you get to determine the movement Angeline the baker, Angeline is fine. Ain't too many girls around that's just like Angeline. You know, and I kind of like that. I like having that much control, so I'll play with that for a little bit and we'll see how we like it from there. I was thinking about drilling a hole in this poor little feller's back and running me a stick into here to stabilize him more, but I think now that I've added that spring, I'm going to leave him just like he is, because I kind of like the idea that he can sort of jump around when he's dancing. I think I'll leave it just like that. In a little bit I'll get me a banjo and we'll play it and play with it and see how we like it and go from there.